Hey everybody, welcome back to Hearthstone, and I'm revisiting a deck that has brought me much success this season. Probably the deck I've played the most through this expansion so far. This is the hybrid Imp Warlock with the Abyssal Curse package, but I've made a few tweaks to my last version of it. So I think this package has like a 28-ish, 27-ish core package. I was running, where are you? 2 of the Imp Swarms, and I was running 1 less of Mischievous Imp, but I've come to the conclusion that Imp Swarm is just too weak for this hybrid deck. I've seen other people running it, but I feel like more often than not, you want the Imp package early where Imp Swarm is at its worst, so I took it out. And I added back in another Mischievous Imp. I've also taken the Bartender out. I think it was too much to ask for, really. I think it was too much into the Imp package, and I wanted a bit more onto the Curse package, because so often I'd leave a deck on, 4 or 5 health, and I just couldn't put on 1 more Curse. To this goal, I've added a new card, the Nobelman, and his sole purpose is to copy, ideally, a Curse card, but if you can hit something, like Dark Vein, if you can hit Refarm, brilliant. As I said, there are 28 cards, I think, in this deck, which are core. There are some minor exceptions. It's not great if you hit a Vile Library, so I try to avoid the Library. It's not great if you hit Impending Catastrophe either. It's not the end of the world, though, if it hits that. Vile Library is pretty bad, though. The other card I've added is Touch of the Natharism. I have tried to run this with 2 of these, but I feel like 2 is just too many. It's nice to have the little bit of extra health. It's nice to have another thing that can, sacrifice a minion for Dark Vein, but I came to the conclusion that 1 of was good. And as I said, I'm just trying this Nobleman tech out, and I just want to see how well it performs. I think 2 of these would be too many, but I think just 1 in there, honestly, as I said, if it hits a Refarm, we could be quids in. Anyway, without further ado, let's get down to business. The other reason I should have mentioned that I want to play this deck right now, and I think it's a pretty strong time to play this deck, is that Quest Hunter is one of its great counters. And Quest Hunter is basically dropped off the face of the earth now, since the quest was nerfed. Which makes sense. But because the curse is used to count towards the quest progression, it was so brutal. Now that it's not there anymore, we have just 1 opponent less to worry about. First things first, I want the Imp package. So I always try and mulligan for Imp package early game. We're going against Demon Hunter. We are going to try and out-tempo them. Now, Demon Hunter has been on the rise recently. I still think it's not a great package, but I think Demon Hunter is one of the more fun packages. If you want to have fun, play Demon Hunter. You can do some insane stuff with it. Right, getting pinged immediately in the face. It's a little bit risky to actually play Librarian to the board, but I think I will. I just want to try and force out some of their removal early. But this is going to be hit with either the Relic, which does, 2 damage once and then it upgrades, or, Extinction I think it's called, or it's going to get hit by 2 damage to the lowest health enemy twice. But the shipment would have been hit with it either way. Okay, they're going to actually just Chaos Strike. Oh, and they're just going to hit me in the face. Okay, this is aggro Demon Hunter, I think. It probably does still have Relic stuff in it. But you are going to regret everything now. Alright, deal with this. And ideally, if you do deal with it, my Mischievous Imp is sat in the background, licking his lips, twiddling his fingers, because he knows he's going to come. And even if he doesn't get infused, 4 mana, summon a 6/6, it's not bad, it's pretty good. And the stats are split.
The Queen's trove is forbidden.
Interesting card. I'm going to push the button. I can't really do much with that. I will just trade the 5 into there. Well done. You saved yourself 5 to the face. If I had one more imp, I would have considered running the like 3 imps in and then touching it. Okay. Sure, the imps are still there. I'm not too fussed by this. Yep, have a look on their face. I think I will kill that. And, you know, just keep controlling them. We don't have to be turbo giga aggressive. Some decks we should be. And just feign that we are just the pure imp package. But against Demon Hunter, I'm not too worried. If we have control, then we should be good. There are some plays they can do which just turn the board state completely on its head. But I feel like this version of it won't do. Okay, here's the Relic one. Strange cards they've got in here. With Chaos Strike. That's normally the Giga Aggro one. Which is kind of what I was basing my decisions off. Had I thought it wasn't I guess they've not done much other than that. Had I thought it was something else, I guess I would have just run it to the face. Anyway, let's just destroy them now. Let's split our love around. Although if I split my love around, actually I'm not going to. Because if I do that, then I'm susceptible to Topple the Idol. And honestly, let's start cursing you as well. Let's just make you miserable. There are things in the deck that cost more than 9, so a Topple the Idol could clear the board. I'm going to guess because it wasn't an insta-pick, it's not going to change the board state. Okay, it changed it a considerable amount. But now we just put more pressure on. Refarm. And now you're going to have one hell of a turn 7 to deal with this. Also, you got 2 curses from lethal, and you do not have a lot of heal in that deck. You've probably got Mr. D somewhere. They've used one of their big AoE spells, Topple the Idol. They've probably got another one in the deck somewhere, but they know what's at the bottom of the deck for now. And I'm going to guess that they haven't got anything more than... what was it at before? 4, 8, 12. They brought out a 5, right? So they've probably not got much more than a 5. And they need at least 5 to, you know, clear everything but Refarm up. Yeah, I think this is over. I don't see a way Demon Hunter gets out of this. In fact, I'm so confident that you can't get out of this. I'm doing that already. Yeah. Do the honourable thing. Fair enough. Well done. This is the most BM voice line I think in Hearthstone at the moment. I kind of love it. Okay. Bring me back. That wasn't a great test of my deck, because honestly I just defeated it with the imp package. And we didn't play any of the new cards.
I make my own.
Okay, there are some interesting rogues roaming about right now on the scene. I've seen a lot more Miracle Rogue being played. Just trying to generate tons of coins and put on a huge ghost onto the board. Or a huge weapon. Sometimes it's insane, sometimes it looks atrocious. We'll see which variant we come up against. And I'm pretty certain this is Miracle Rogue, because the Burgle Rogue normally goes to 40. Okay, it's Quest Rogue. I've not seen this deck in forever. I don't entirely remember what the quest entails anymore. But we'll just keep vomiting imps onto the board if you don't mind. A death by 1,000, I don't know, imp scratches, imp slaps. Alright, more imps. Rogue can't deal with a wide board. Or they struggle to deal with it normally. Right, enjoy your gizmo. Sire, a Vile Library would be wonderful right now. Ooh, will it? Throw this at a random enemy minion. Cool. I'm gonna shoot for the moon. Okay, I'll take an Impending Catastrophe, draw 5. We have our nobleman. Haha, pathetic rogue. You have but 2 cards, or 3 cards now in your hand. Where I have many a card. I have 9, soon to be 10. And you're completing your pathetic little quest that I don't even remember what it does anymore. Okay. Let me rebuild my board, please. You go away. Hello? And I will play a little imp friend. And if anything dies here, it's not too bad, because I'm probably looking at Tamsining if I can. Although my hand is pretty full right now for a Tamsin. So I might hold off on Tamsin and just try and throw out some other cards. Maybe get rid of the imp, the Tamsin, and maybe we try nobleman. It's not a great hand to noble. Tamsin's not the worst thing to duplicate for the AoE damage. Also, the rogue is just currently smashing themselves in the face.
Smells like breakfast.
You lucky, lucky person. Crazy lucky. How do I want to deal with this? Sack seems like a pretty good option. Tamsin. Imp. Goodbye, Imp. Librarian. Goodbye, Librarian. And I'll run you in. Now I'm ready to Tamsin. This is not going to live on the board. Dreadlich time. Oh my god. That's pretty strong.
Target eliminated.
I'll give you that. That's pretty strong. Okay. Tamsin. Can I have my Abyssal Curse part of the deck now, please? Also, could we have an Imp friend? Nice. Pretty big, honestly. That saves me taking some Damagios. 4 Damagios.
Thank you for your service.
I'll take it. And I can clear that with Drag Below now. Maybe.
I can't just sit here. Stormwind needs me.
Ow, my face. My precious, precious, beautiful face. Okay, so they're going to mess about with my deck. Sure. Let's see what they gave me. A Fell Rift. Nice, thanks.
To think you're actually useful.
Oh, that's pretty useful as well. Give them a wave, goodbye. Still taking 7 damage. But it lets me push my button as well. Okay, this touch is kind of important. I needed to activate my lady, Dark Vein. We could be dead here. I don't know how much phase stuff they run in this deck. Has to be a minion. Okay. Oh, they want the hand space, I see.
I can't just sit here. Stormwind needs me.
Alright, we need to draw Dark Vein now. If we do, we can turn this around. You are not Dark Vein. I don't know if you know this. You're not the person I'm looking for. Alright, well, we have had bad time now. 3, 6... I guess we just push the button and pray. You're also not Dark Vein. I know I'm going to get... I think we've lost. I know I'm going to get hit for 3. It's guaranteed. Yeah, we've lost. Because they're going to hit me with the weapon plus that. And I can't stop it.
These books are rude. My hand is too full.
Man. That might have been variance, I'm not entirely certain, but that was pretty aggressive. Cool. Alright, fair enough. I like seeing variety, so well done, Rogue. I enjoyed that. I don't think if anything else would be done different. Also, it wasn't a great play for the Noble, by the way. I never played it. But I think that was kind of a weird circumstance where Rogue just suddenly ramped up in the mid-game.
Shadows take you.
Let's dive in.
Hello, Dark Vein, milady. Okay, versus an opposing Warlock. There's a decent chance they're going to be Imp Warlock, so I'm going to keep the sacrifice. This hand is vomitrocious, again, as Muffy would say from Alpha.
I see you've brought guests.
And this is not Imp Warlock, it's some sort of Control Warlock. I'm honestly going to coin Catastrophe. And I'm probably going to push the button next turn. My hand is just too garbage right now. And I didn't want to wait with Catastrophes in my hand. Okay, now things are looking a little bit more optimistic. But I hate to give... Oh, it's a hybrid deck. A Control Warlock type deck. A start like this. Speaking of which... I'm not going to mirror them because they've probably got Grimrar of Sacrifice. I think they're trying to bait me into doing the same thing. I'd rather put this on the board, make them trade, potentially. And if they don't, I will sack an Imp next turn to kill it. Okay. Sure. I have had the thoughts of, like what the opposition is doing right now, where they have the 40-card deck. I've considered trying to convert this hybrid deck into a 40-card deck just to try and survive super aggro decks, i.e. aggro druid. But I've never done it before, because I kind of think it'll make it worse. I was also trying to think of the other cards I'd add, and honestly trying to fill the other 2 spaces for this deck has been pretty awkward.
Pick me.
If I could make 28-card deck, that'd be perfect. Really? You got Fiendish Circle? Do I want to draw 4 cards? Sure, because I would like sack an imp, kill their board, please. Okay, we didn't get it, but Tamsin is pretty good. These imps aren't living till next turn. I'm actually going to trade. Get some mischievous imp up and ready. But I'm going to Tamsin next turn anyway, so they're going to be gone. I just don't want them to have a huge Vile Library turn. Okay, they're going to kill it. It's an Abyssal Curse deck. So it's my deck, but with 40 cards. I think. 3, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. Go Tamsin. Oh, I'm going to overdraw. I didn't consider that. I always forget that Tamsin draws you 3 as well. Well, let's hope I don't mill anything incredibly important. That's a good thing not to mill. That's a fine thing to mill. That's a pretty bad thing to mill, but honestly not the end of the world. And they can't give me any more curses this turn. And I will get to draw my card next turn, so you know what? I will say this was worth.
Pick me.
That doesn't bother me that much. Other than the fact it takes out of the range for an Abyssal Wave. 3. 8. So the annoying thing there is I wanted the Abyssal Curse to be the last Shadow card I played, but unfortunately I couldn't. Well, I could have done it actually, I just wouldn't be able to heal. And I came to the conclusion I wanted the health. It makes my Dark Vein not great right now. But there's things we can do with that.
More bones to gnaw on.
Just get the curses flowing.
Drown in your sorrows.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Alright, straight back at you, by the way. I'll give you one of these. I kind of want to be more mana efficient, so I'm going to Zakul here. It will heal me back to full, I think? Yeah. Like, I think playing these Abyssal Curses like this, I think it's not a great idea in the mirror. Because you really just want to spend your mana giving your opponent more Abyssal Curses. Because they're only at 2. So right, they're going to heal for 5. Well done. That being said, I would like to deal with Zakul. And I can't. How do I do this then? I guess I push the button. That doesn't help me either. That's kind of annoying. Okay, I think I just Dark Vein then.
Let the ritual of absolution commence.
And 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I end turn. Because now they can only give me one more curse. They're going to heal, but it doesn't matter. We're going to get to the point where our curses are insanely good. That's my play. Okay. Didn't expect them just to go face with it. Oh, okay. Running silence. Wait, they're not going to get the benefit of Zakul anymore, right? I guess it's removed a lot of curse, but I don't know if that was a good play for them.
Be paid.
Don't hit the... Oh, no, actually, I take it back. Let's do this play. Just fucking fill the hand with curses now that the hand is empty.
These books are ruined.
Enjoy, Warlock. They might do the same and kill me. This would be giga sad. I should have thought about that a little bit more, I think. Because I probably should have played the curse. And given them one less curse. Or two, I suppose.
Let the ritual of absolution commence.
Because if they can proc this... Yeah, I'm dead. I've lost. Man, it all came down to the Dark Vein Silence in the end. Disappointment. I still think my variant is better than the 40 card variant, but I don't know. It's something I should consider, taking this up to 40. But even the cards they added, the silence turned out to be good in this case, but for the most part, do you really need silence in this deck? Not really. Then, the destroy minion gain 3 health. Who cares? Most of the time.
Protect the wild.
Let's dive in.
No, I've determined that I am right. By the way, I'm taking Reform out because if this is aggro druid, I'm not going to get to turn 6. I've made this mistake a few times of holding Reform against aggro druid or potentially aggro druid, and it's never good. Obviously, if it's 40 health druid, we'd want it, but it's not, it's aggro. So we just want shit on the board.
The sea floor be its own treasure.
Interesting. Do I want to kill this? Kind of. But let's be a little bit cautious. Not giga cautious, but I don't see this as a huge threat right now. I imagine they're going to give it some health, maybe? Nope. They're just going to taunt it. Impending Catastrophe is too slow here. Or is it? Actually, no, it's not. Give me the health. Catastrophe me? What are you at? 3. Just clear it off the board. Just do not let this druid have, like, you know, a huge board, otherwise you're in trouble. If we can make it to 6 now, we win as well. That is, you know, easy said than done. I'm still pondering over that last game right now. I'm just thinking, if I made some different decisions, could we have won? I mean, obviously, yes, but I think even the play I made, had I not done it, we still lose to the same thing, so... I think you just put it in the camp of, it happens. I didn't expect silence to ever be in that deck, and it was. Okay, what would I rather have? An imp that's a 3-3 and a 1-1, but only 2 of them. Or 4-4 in stats, but spread as 1-1-1-1. I guess the 1-1-1-1-1 is better, because the only direct damage that deck has is the Druid of the Reef. And it doesn't have AoE damage. But being at 27 health on, you know, turn 3 versus aggro Druid is phenomenal. Normally at this point I'm on like 1 health, because this deck is just busted. I'll say it. I've said it once. And honestly, I'll say it again. I kind of hate this aggro Druid deck. I think it's obnoxiously strong. And what's particularly obnoxious about it is it isn't a single card that is, like, incredible. It's just so much damage. It's so aggressive. Anyway, that's going to be 1 nail in the coffin of Druid. Now we'll do display. And it looks like we're going to make turn 6. Which should mean we win. But to be fair, this has been a really slow start for aggro Druids. It is susceptible to these, like, slightly bad draws. You don't get your Trog. You don't get your, like, your Peasant early game, which can be, you know, hard to deal with. You don't get your +2, +3 health taunt the minion. Huh. Okay, Soul of the Forest is actually pretty annoying. But we'll work through their board. I think I'm going to Catastrophe here. I do have to be a little bit cautious, but... yeah. More AoE makes me happy. And I'm going to, again, remove people off the board. I don't think I pushed the button here. My health is too low to push the button. I'd rather float 2 mana. Okay, we can clear most of this. Are they going to trade the 3-1? They are. Remember, they're still going to have 2 Treants on the board. In fact, they're going to have more than 2 Treants on the board. I'm still a little bit spooked by this. We have to wave, though. So they have 2, 4, 6, 8. They could beat me here easily. Is that lethal? I think they're 1 off. Oh, hang on a minute. They might not be 1 off. It might be exact. I can't believe it. This aggro Druid, come on. Other reason why you would want to run this deck at 40 cards. Just for that deck. Get it out of the game. I hate it. I've made my opinions on this deck before as well. I think it's good that there's a deck in the game that, you know, is low dust. That deck is pretty low on dust. But I think it's obnoxiously strong than what it is. I kind of hate the extremes. Like, I find decks should operate in niches. Like, I think Control is necessarily evil. I think Face is necessarily evil. But that aggro Druid is just another beast. I don't think a deck should be able to kill you in 4 turns that aggressively. And I've died in, like, turn 3 to aggro Druid. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, it's Druid again, and I'm going to presume it's aggro Druid. Whenever you see just, you know, normal Malfurion, assume it's aggro Druid. That seems to be a good general rule of thumb. Again, Tamsin would be a good answer. It's very rare you get to 6. And the scary thing about that last game is that the Druid had a really bad draw. It is aggro Druid.
These books are ruined.
The sea floor be its own.
Okay, I'm okay with this. Trog? No. Honestly, we can't afford to push the button. I think it's too slow on tempo. I'd rather play 1 mana 2/2.
Time for the finishing touch.
Why all my late game cards? Can you please stop?
Time for the finishing
Uh-oh.
touch.
Okay, actually, I'm not that worried about what you've just done here. Oh, you floated a mana? Huh. What the hell? What's going on? I hate pushing the button in this matchup. But clearly they've not had a great draw again. I guess they have none of their buff cards, so they can't get the cook to proc. Is that hand just minions right now?
The Seed Lord.
Oh, it might just be minions. We might have got lucky here. We could also just be misplaying the hell out of it. Would I rather deal with the peasant or the cook? I'd rather deal with both of them. I will kill you, and I'll touch you, peasant. Don't call the police, please. And honestly, I'm not frightened right now. My health feels pretty good. Oh, never mind. I don't have enough mana, of course. How presumptuous of me. And this time, I think I'm pretty confident to say we're going to win. Because they have literally no board state. I think they got unbelievably lucky, though. Oh, sorry, they got unbelievably unlucky. We got lucky. That's a nice clear for me. We draw 3 cards. And now we can just kill whatever they put onto the board, probably. He's probably just going to concede. Is my guess. I think I would do if I was playing an aggro druid right now. And this was the board state on turn 6. I'd be like, yeah, I'm out. Because they can't deal with the refarm turn. Unless, you know, they're miles ahead. That's their answer to the refarm turn. Just don't let it get to that turn. But you never know. Maybe they get off a scale and the scale lives for a turn. It won't, but I guess in their eyes they're like, maybe. Maybe I can summon a bunch of whelps and they'll live. No. Okay. It should be over now. And just to make sure, let's just give you a buff now. Also, it gives a board space in case one of my Rift Imps comes. Druid, you can't have an answer to this. I refuse to believe you have an answer to this. Yeah, there we go. Back to 2 and 3. Right, can we have a game that isn't super aggressive? So that I can... Oh my god, it's Druid again. So that I can potentially play my noble boy.
Let's dive in.
Honestly, I don't think we can take Vile Library. I think we have to just get rid of all of this. I need some form of, like, early game control. This is not great. It's Ramp Druid. Okay, we're safe for now. Or at least we will see some of the latter parts of the game, hopefully. Now we're hoping for no Guff on 5. But it's Druid and it's me, it's always Guff on 5, so... Let's try and put up enough pressure early on that... You know, they can't just destroy me with their end game.
You gotta be scrappy with scraps.
Okay. Push the button. To kill or not to kill? What happens if I don't kill this? Nothing. Well, there are things that can, rush me in that deck, but not this early. They're going to just trade them out themselves. Okay, I can live with this. Alright, let's give them some curses. The other slightly annoying thing about this Druid deck is they often have the hand at close to limit. So it's pretty hard to give them a ton of curses and blow them up. But we'll give it a good damn good go.
Your soul dissolves.
Let me push the button. Oh, God's sake. Just unlucky. Don't have a good turn 4 right now. That Noble would have been fantastic. Like, these are all cards I would like to copy right now. Okay, so this is Mr. D. So this is like a tokeny druid. Alright, Zakul is here. Daddy's a cool. Daddy's a cool. Okay, here's a Nixie. Oh, they didn't guff on 5, by the way. I don't think I've seen such a sight in many a year. Doo-doo. 3. Tamsin fills my hand. Tamsin fills my hand. That's a fell spell.
Haven't heard of me.
Let's see what you do to this. You're desperately looking for guff. Have you found guff? No, you found a bunch of whelps. I guess they're just trying to feed Mr. D right now. God, I've killed like 14 minions. It might be at 19. I honestly think we're close to being dead. Shit. We're in trouble. Mr. D is going to come and get me. Don't hit Zakul, please.
For bad manners.
You can take Tamsin. Dreadlich, that is. Actually, there's only one Tamsin here. They might go for Dark Vein here. It's actually kind of a hard one, depending on what they've been offered. They must not have been offered something good to take the Cultist. Okay, let's fill the hand with junk. Dark Vein. Into touch. Hang on a minute. This would generate 2 more things. They have space in the hand for 3. So I should do this as well. Because I want my Zakul to be really good. And we can't push the button anymore. So I think we just throw Carpenter onto the board to get it out of my hand. And then Zakul can just keep me around 30. I guess that's my win con now. Okay, they've made a misplay potentially. We'll see. Because as long as they can keep their hand pretty full, they're good. They're definitely going to just blow me up with Mr. D. Oh, we've won. I can't but think they've had griefed here, but sure. What a weird game. Also, we're making like a record time right now, 45 minutes in, 6 games of Hearthstone. I'll take it. But can we go positive with this deck? Also, can I play... can I play the Noble? Or is he too snooty to even be played? Well, I think overall, though, the changes to remove the bartender out of the deck have improved it. What I would probably say is that the touch is the better card, and you probably should just run 2 touches, and accept that sometimes you're going to get a really scuffed hand where you have 2 touches, and... I'm so bad with names of cards. But also the one that, you know, destroys one of your minions, sacrifice an imp and, you know, kill their board. That's not what the card does, otherwise that'd be OP. It sacrifice a minion does 2 to all. Grimmar's sacrifice, thank you for coming up.
These books are ruined.
If you get 4 of those in your hand, then so be it. You just lose. But I think the Noble could do some disgusting things. But more than often, he's going to do fairly little. Okay, well, fortunately I have an answer to that. I hate that you hit Tamsin, but whatever. Live with it. You're going to hit the 3-1 probably. Never mind, you have Extinction, I guess. Yeah. Kind of a dream opening for the Demon Hunter so far. And you're going to force me to push the button and do nothing, probably. Never mind. Flame Imp. Welcome to the board. I'd also be intrigued to see what other people think those last few cards should be. As I said, I think there's a core 28. And I will be honest with you, I have considered taking Vile Library out of this deck. Because I feel like the threat of Vile Library is enough that people deal with the imps without using the library. Because there are a few games where I just don't feel like I ever use the library. And I don't feel happy when I draw it compared to like some of the other imps. So I've considered either putting it to a one-off or just taking it out entirely. I think that's the only, like, the 4 cards now, the 4 slots that are open potentially for this deck. And I still think we should have a Vile Library in the deck, just, you know, in case. So maybe it's actually just 3. Anyway, this is some sort of big Demon Hunter, I guess. How do I want to deal with you? Like this, I suppose. Sack an imp. And start hitting him in the face. Demon Hunter's also famous for not being able to heal particularly well. Actually, that's not entirely true. But all the current Demon Hunter decks can't do it. Oh, Topple. Makes sense. It's going to be a big minion as well, because it's a colossal minion. Gulper is a really good one for them. Not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Honestly, enjoy having a handful of curses. So they can't play Gulper this turn anyway. Okay, that's a good answer. So Gulper next turn. I would really, really like some draw game. Alright, I will draw myself then. That can work. It's a bit of a bad turn now though, but I can kill Gulper next turn. Oh, Zealag. Sure. I probably would have hit the Librarian. Okay, just to make sure it goes off the board. But, sure. Okay. Let's stop these from growing any bigger than they are now. Is this 3 than 4? They have to deal with the curses. 8 damage here, 9. We're pretty close to being killed here. You may have noticed.
I'm 7.
Oh my god. Really? Based on the fact that they're killing this, it makes me think they haven't picked spell, but I'm not entirely certain. Okay, well, we're fucked. It was spell. I don't have the mana. So annoying. One more mana and we win. Well, as long as they just attack me in the face, they win. 3 and 4 with Hybrid Warrior. Hybrid Warlock. Very disappointing. I think we've got some pretty unlucky moments in these games. Like, I think this was a bit of an unlucky one. I think the mirror into the other Hybrid Warlock was a bit unlucky. But, hey-ho. I still think this is a great deck. I don't know about the Nobleman. I think it's okay. We never got to show it off in any of the games. All of them were up really quickly. I mean, that was 7 games in what? 51 minutes. That was crazy. And including the intro, it was probably more like 7 games in 45 minutes. So we had some truly fast games there. But I think it's probably safe to have another touch in the deck. I wouldn't put anything else too deep into the game because you do really need that early game survivability. But I don't know. I'll try the Nobleman out more and maybe I'll see where it goes. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.